Right.
And the attempt by the government to demonize protests, demonstrations, I think is unacceptable. All over the world, but in this country in particular, Kenyans voted for this constitution overwhelmingly fundamentally because of the Bill of Rights. This is one of the things that we've been fighting for more than 20 years, from the time of those days of Kanu. So to suggest, therefore, that, ab initio, that, demonstrations are illegal, declare them illegal, before even they happen. And then later to say, those demonstrations were not peaceful. Now, I think the government has lost. And the government has lost big time in this thing, let me tell you. Because at the end of the day, the responsibility for running the country, the buck stops to the government. So when you behave like the opposition, then you're losing. You're losing big time. And it's very unfortunate that dozens of Kenyans have been killed by police, but the government found it necessary. You find a government minister rushing to go and inspect a property that is damaged, but not a single government minister to date has visited any hospital, or even visited a family to say poleni for, people who have been injured. It's like, it's your people. The people who are being injured, or the people who are being killed, or the people who are demonstrating our position. But when you are elected to government and you took an oath, you are the president of the Republic of Kenya, all the 51 million Kenyans. You keep saying, I'm the leader for all the 51. But when it comes to demonstration, people are being killed and people are injured, you have no time for them. I keep asking myself, what happened in Kisumu, for example, and those Nyanza counties, or parts of this city? Can they happen in Nyeri? If those demonstrations happened, would the police be allowed to go and do what they did in Kisumu, in Nyeri, or in Eldoret? I mean, just ask yourselves. It won't happen. So when you give the people that mindset that, you're opposition, anybody who comes out is supporting opposition, I think it's wrong. There are many people who came out, people who supported the government in the elections, but they came out because they genuinely believed that their cost of living situation is bad, the economic situation, and they believe that the government needs to hear them, because demonstrations are one way of expressing your dissent, your disappointment about a government policy, and you want change. It happens all over the world. So I think it's very unfortunate that yet on the other side, you don't see one single person whom the government has said this person was killed by opposition. Not one. They haven't said this part, except the police who have been injured. So I think the government has lost, big time on this thing, and I think it's good that they are now seeing they have no other way but to sit down with these guys and talk to them and discuss these issues. And I think it's a good thing for the country that they have to sit down and talk. This is what we've been saying. Look, all this noise and all these threats, we are going to do this and try, mutaona. You are the ones who are scaring the investors. Let me tell you, if the intention, I had the government accusing the opposition of saying they are sabotaging the economy, they are chasing away investors, but let me tell you, the people who will chase you out of this country are the government, because of the way they have screwed up all the government, various government policies on the economy, because of the way they are dealing with people on the streets, the way who's creating the headlines? You're helping create, you're actually playing into the hands of the opposition. And we've said this from the time they started making noise last year. We said, please don't play into the hand of the opposition. These guys have nothing to lose. They're allowed to make noise because that's what the Constitution gives them, the power to make noise.